We are going to start with our video this morning.
One of the things that we love to do is to teach the Bible. And the sad truth is, it seems like so many people don't even know what's in the Bible anymore. But the Bible is filled with so many amazing stories. I mean, there's Abraham, there's Noah, there's Isaac, Jacob, there's
Joseph.
Well, I hadn't got to there yet.
Well, no, that would be good. Why don't we tell the story of Joseph?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Joseph.
That's fine. Yeah. It won't take long. I mean, we don't know much before he married Mary. He was a carpenter. We know that.
No. The other Joseph.
There's another Joseph.
Yeah. In the Old Testament.
There's another Testament.
All right. So you were just Let's just do the story of Joseph, because that's a great story of how God is in control and all that kind of stuff.
Okay,
it's
but
awesome.
we only have a certain amount of time.
Well, it's okay. We'll get it done.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what is it, like they're going to stop us? I mean, it's not like they're going to put a big clock on the screen and like, if time's up, what are you going to do?
Okay, we got to go.
Huh?
Okay.
Okay. Jacob had 12 sons, and his favorite was a guy named Joseph.
Yes, and Joseph, Jacob loved Joseph so much that he made him this beautiful coat. Now, I'm not talking just any coat. I mean, it was like this Technicolor coat. I mean, it was truly amazing.
Okay, just, you know what? Call it what it was, okay? It was a rainbow coat, all right? I mean, can you imagine a dad giving a son a rainbow coat?
Hey, son, look what I got for you. Look at this coat right here.
Hey, Dad.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Did you know you're my favorite?
Well, yeah, I got that idea. Your limp. How's your limp?
Oh, it's good.
Yeah. How'd you say you got that again?
Old wrestling wound. Yeah.
Oh, okay, got it. Yeah. Great.
Now, look, I made you this coat. You like it? You like it? You like it?
Are you sure you didn't make that for Mom?
No. I made it for you. It's a rainbow coat. I couldn't just pick one color.
That's you could have.
No.
You could have picked one color.
No,
but
it's for you.
You know what? That's fine. Thanks, Dad.
No, put it on. Put it on.
You know what? I'd rather not.
I need you to put it on.
Come on,
you're my favorite. Put it on. Put it on.
Okay. Oh, this is awkward.
Yes.
There we go.
Oh, well, yes. Look at that.
Huh?
What do you think?
Well, it seems like a Care Bear threw up on it.
Oh, it's beautiful. You're my favorite.
Yeah, thanks, Dad.
You know what? For us to see colors like that back in my day, we'd have to smash our head against a wall just to see Technicolors like that.
It's so funny. I want to smash my head against the wall right now.
Do your brothers know that you're my favorite?
I think it's understood.
I'll tell them. He's my favorite!
And he was his favorite. And actually, Joseph started getting in on the same thing. Not only would he brag about being his favorite, but he started telling his brothers about these weird dreams he was having. Hey, Simeon.
Hey, bro, what's up?
Just wearing my coat.
Yeah, I know. Hey, I didn't want to tell you this, but people around town, they are talking about you and your coat, and they're kind of making fun of you.
Jealous?
No, I don't think they're jealous. I mean, it's a rainbow coat, dude.
And it's awesome. Do you know why I have a rainbow coat?
Yeah.
I'm Daddy's favorite.
I know.
Yeah, you know what? I was going to tell you. Just the other night I had this dream. You know what it was about?
What? That you died?
No, that's not even funny, okay? No.
Kind of is.
It was so cool. It was like you guys were bowing down to me, and I was all like, check it out, And I was all like, go, Joseph, you know what I mean. Go, Joseph, here in my dream. What do you think of that?
That's what I think about that.
And that is what they thought about that. In fact, the brothers were so angry with Joseph that they had a how to get rid of Joseph meeting with everyone present except for Joseph.
All right, the how to get rid of Joseph meeting with everyone present except for Joseph now may come to order. Yes, what is it, Zebulon?
Why are you talking with a British accent?
Because everybody in the Bible talks with a British accent.
Oh, excellent, yes. Carry on, yes.
All right, what should we do to get rid of our brother Joseph? Anyone but Zebulon. He's the creepy one. Anyone else? Come on, other brothers. He plays way too much video games. Come on, anyone else?
Me.
All right, Zebulon, what do you think?
I say we blow off his face with a bazooka.
All right, see, that's what I'm talking about. We cannot do that. We have to make it look inconspicuous. How about this? How about we sell him as a slave?
Boring.
All right. We rip up the coat.
Yes.
And we put blood all over it. And we tell Daddy that he's dead.
I'll get the blood. Here, kitty.
And that's exactly what they did. And the brothers thought they were rid of this dreamer. But here's the deal. When God has a vision, nothing can stop God.
Yeah, and Joseph was a slave. It seemed like the end of everything. But actually things were going well for him. He was working for a guy named Potiphar. They had a good relationship. And all things were good until Potiphar's wife entered the scene.
And
Hello, Joseph. How are you, Joseph?
Carrie, we'll cut it there. I said to her, I says, when you get to this line, stop it. And then I pulled up the wrong video. But it's kind of the same video. How many of you have ever seen the musical Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat? It's pretty awesome. That song that Ian shared, that's kind of the highlight for me. I don't know about anybody else, that wonderful song. And it's the thing that everybody focuses on is the coat, right? How many musicals or books or movies do you know that focus on a coat? Not too many. We know that Jacob gave his son Joseph the coat because he was the favorite. It's always the baby that's the favorite. Have you ever noticed that? Us oldest, we don't get any of that. Jacob, Joseph's father, was a wealthy man. Earlier in Genesis, we hear of his business acumen when he's speaking to his father-in-law, Laban. For you had little before I came, and it has increased abundantly, and the Lord has blessed you wherever I turned. He was a wealthy man. And in Jewish law, his wealth, his inheritance, would go to his sons after his death. So it would have been divided absolutely equally between the 12 of them. So if we think about that, these sons of Jacob, they had to know. They were wealthy men. They were going to be wealthy men, and they probably already were. They had to know that. And as the chosen people of God, they would have had privilege. They would have had social status. Indeed, these 12 sons became the 12 tribes of Israel. By today's standards, they were royalty. They were wealthy royalty. By today's standards, they would have had big houses, mansions, maybe 2 or 3. They would have had fancy cars, Beamers, Mercedes, maybe 2 or 3. They would want for nothing. They would be surrounded by opulence and wealth, and equally, they would have been wealthy. But Joseph got the coat. Joseph was the favorite. The coat represented that favoritism, and it was probably fashioned like something royalty would wear. But it was just a coat. Joseph, however, used that favoritism, and it showed up in his dreams. Can you imagine his recounting of the dreams to his brothers? Probably would have gone much like it did in the video. They would have whispered and talked and been angry about it. They were taunted. They had to be. But in the end, it was just a dream. And it was just a coat. That coat, though, it engendered jealousy among his brothers. Brothers that would know their wealth, that would know they had it good. They probably had more than most. They most likely had more than the people that surrounded them. But that envy was what consumed them. They knew that he had something they didn't, the coat. We live in Canada, one of the wealthiest countries in the world. Most recent polls show that it is the 24th most wealthy country in the world. We all have homes of some description. Most of us will have cars, maybe even 2 or 3. Some of us will have cottages or boats. And this weekend, we are surrounded by enough food to have us rolling around on the floor holding our stomachs. And yet, many of us look to friends and neighbors, even our families, and point to something that they have that we don't. And there's jealousy. It may be the latest video gaming system. It may be their platinum credit card or their wardrobe. We are, all of us, living in the top 1% of the world's bounty. But if we are honest, truly honest with ourselves, sometimes the only things that we can see, the only things we focus on, are the things we don't have, that somebody else does. We have an abundance of riches. Can we not just focus on that? The other 99% of the world's population, what they would not give for just a fraction of what we have, a fraction of our lives, a fraction of our prosperity, our homes, whatever they look like. They may not be palatial. They may not even be owned by us. We may live in apartments, but they keep us warm and dry and protected. What they wouldn't give for just a roof over their heads, 4 walls to keep out the elements, to protect them. Certainly when we see the devastation this last week in Indonesia, we recognize that that loss of home is absolutely staggering. We don't have to worry about starvation. Oh, make no mistakes, there are some days in some homes when we look at the cupboards and they seem a little bare and we think to ourselves, craft dinner again. But what they wouldn't give for one meal of any kind, let alone 3, let alone the kind of meal that many of us will enjoy today or tomorrow. And we can turn on a tap. We can turn on a tap and out comes hot and cold, clean water. We talked about that at our close dinner on Friday night. How we are one of the few countries in the world that flush our toilets with drinking water. Think about that. We have such an abundance of clean water that that fact doesn't even occur to us. What they wouldn't give to have the very basics, like clean water. Water that they didn't have to walk miles for. Water that could keep them from death. Water that doesn't make them sick. And that's just the very basics, folks. It's not the cottages or the cars or the entertainment systems. Let's face it, we are so incredibly lucky to live in this country. We are blessed. We are truly blessed, and we need to recognize it. We need to be thankful for it. We need to thank God for it. And we need to focus on it, not on what we don't have, what we think we want, what we think we need to make us happy. This weekend, as we gather to celebrate Thanksgiving, how would it be to look around at what we do have and give thanks for it? How would it be to set aside our envy and our jealousy and our, oh, if I only had whatever, and look at what we do have? Joseph's coat and all it represented to his brothers is our whatever. It's just a coat. It's just a car. It's just a vacation. It's just a little piece of plastic in our wallets. Oprah Winfrey said this: be thankful for what you have, and you'll end up seeing you have more. If you concentrate on what you don't have, you will never, ever have enough. It will never seem like enough. There will always be that one thing that somebody else has, and then it'll be the next thing, and then it'll be the next thing that we just have to have. Psalm 109 says, let them give thanks to the Lord for his unfailing love and his wonderful deeds for mankind. For he satisfies the thirsty and fills the hungry with good things. Can we remember that this week? This weekend, as we share a meal, can we be thankful for what we do have? Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.